This program is powered by
उच्च सोचको निर्माण सगरमाथा सिमेन्ट जुनी जुनीलाई।
Alright, they say, well, if you are a brand, you can actually do things for yourself. Well, I have someone who is a brand or brand in the making. I don't know, because I need to talk to him, I need to know him. He's a work in progress for sure, and he's progressed a lot since he's been in the modeling industry. He's carved out his name in the Indian modeling industry, and he's in Nepal right now because he's a Nepali and he wants to connect to you guys and with you guys. Alright, को हुनुहुन्छ उहाँ यो चिया ब्रेक पछि। Hello and namaste everyone, I'm Pradhan and with me is the model. Yes, the model, the guy, the man. Yes, Zander Lama. Zander, welcome to Nepal.
Thank you, Jay, for having me here.
And it's a pleasure seeing you on the stage, on the ramp walk, doing your thing.
That's part of my job for being looks good. And unfortunately, I'm surprised you're also looking really nice today.
Oh, that's a
and
really
thank
good
you for having
compliment to
me
have.
invite in Chiya Guff.
So, Zander, what is it like to be a model? Let me start with that.
I think people have a perceptions like being model might be having a really nice lifestyle, I would say, glitz and glams, traveling. But there is a other side as well that you have to constantly focus and keep working every day. We having a 24-hour schedule. We are traveling all over the places, shooting for the different brands, and sometimes we hardly get like, for today I would say, I just had a 1 hour sleep.
Just 1 hour sleep?
1 hour sleep, because I'm having my everything scheduled and my schedules are very tight but this is my job, I have to stand out very well.
So that's pretty much of a competent job with yourself as well,
Absolutely.
Not just with the world, but with yourself.
With myself, because I have ambitions, I have certain things for myself that I want to achieve these things, and there are so many people who are working behind with me, my managers who's aligning everything for me, and I just have to, because of my hectic schedule, I have to follow everything in that way.
So it's been about what, like 7 years you've been into the modeling industry, yeah?
Yeah, it's been 7 long years, like for being a model for me, and the journey haven't stopped yet. There are much more things are coming on my way, which I want to achieve as a model in a different perspective, different brands. I have certain things to achieve now, and whatever I achieved yesterday is a history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And
So today is what you got.
I've got Chiya Guff
And me right
and
now.
Jay.
All right, so Zander, see, you started out early when you were like 19, but you prepared almost like from 17 so that you could start off at 19. Am I right?
So the plan is not that way. I was very fortunate and because I was supposed to go for army and especially in the Air Force. But there are certain reasons that I've not finalized for it, and a bit heartbroken, and I didn't know what to do next. And because when you have your goal or something like that, when it's shattered, when you don't know then what to do next, and I thought, okay, I have to move on, and I planned, okay, I'll probably do my further study, and at the same time I've got some opportunity that I've met few people and they said like, why don't you try for a modeling? So firstly, I thought like, is it model can consider as a profession? Because I've heard so many things about modeling that maybe it's not good platform for me or something like that. But as soon I get in it, firstly, it's a bit hard to be in as a model and getting to that Indian industry, and I was a bit clueless, I would say, and I've done my homework, how to do. Because firstly, you should know, like, not in modeling, I think in every profession, why you want that drive. Because that why is connected with your passion, with your drive, with your profession, your determination. I would say, firstly, I was thinking why I want to be a model. And the second thought I came in my mind that what I'm going to achieve as a being model. So I think that I've got like, why? If I made it, I'll be the first male model from India, so Nepal. And what I want to achieve, I become the first male model who have started a skinny trend in India from Nepal. And I've opened a certain platform for my community peoples who want to be a model in this industry and they want to try an international market. So I was basically making a blueprint for them that if I can make it, maybe you can also make it. But we have different journeys and everyone going with their flow. So that's two things I came in my mind, and I was doing my homework. Okay, where to go, which platform I have to present myself first, who the valuable people where I have to show up, how I'm going to present, preparing myself as a model. Firstly, there are a lot of grooming for myself. I never used to be this guy before. I used to be a guy who usually wearing track pants and sports shoes and something like that. I used to play a lot. I'm a sports person. Then I have to completely change my whole styling thing. My whole scenario got changed. I have to look like in that model shape. I've working out every day. I have my schedule, my diets. Firstly, how to speak, how to communicate with the people. What are the major things you need to learn about modeling? You should know the platform, because if you have a talent, but you don't know the right channel, might be you'll drift around. So having a vision, one of the important thing. So I have made that kind of list, and rest I have put in an empty desk that, okay, I'm gonna stick with these people, I'm gonna show up with these people. Then my first show, I remember end of 2014, I walk for Raymond's and a bit nervous, and there is a funny story in that also, because I was little nervous that is these people are going to accept me as a model, because my face is very new for that industry and my skin type is very, very new for industry, because I used to be a skinny model, and there was a time when bulky trends are going on. Model used to have that kind of biceps and good bodies, and I came in, and there is a funny story, like I walk for my designers like Sahil Aneja and Varun Behel, one of the leading designers in India. And they have altered my clothes 3 times and I still lose.
Still lose?
Still lose. And I've got so many suggestions by the models.
Did it make you conscious for the fact that, they, like designers of those stature had to, keep on altering it and everything? And did it make you feel conscious, because it was almost in the initial phase of your career?
It's the initial phase, and it's something I think which I really want to learn it. Firstly, I'm not... I would say...
Did you question your being?
No. Firstly, I've accepted myself. This is me. This is how I'm going to present myself. One day, these peoples are going to believe it, what actually I'm doing it. Firstly, I've made up in my mind, because before getting to this, I've done my homework, what I'm going to change. I'm going to do some shift. That trend is going to be changed. I want to be that first person who is the reason that shift is happening. So I know that, and the other my colleagues also know that very well. And I've showed up, and then because it's a competitive market for models, because models work as a competitor. I know we usually have a healthy competition most of the time. And they are
most of the time.
Most of the time.
Okay.
Because when we're going for the runway shows and so we keep challenging ourselves. So if I'm doing something better, then some other models are coming on the ram, he's doing something else. So we keep challenging, which is a healthy competition. But there was a time when I used to get bullied that you should eat something and you need to working out or something like
This
that.
came from
But
the designers or from the agents? Or
from the models.
From the
models, because they know that if he works in the industry, that shift will happen. And they might be have to change their physique or maybe they have to say bye to the industry.
Manipulation going on right there. Yeah?
Manipulations are going on there.
So who did you consult with during those times when all these things were happening? Because you must have been consulting with someone probably, who could be actually probably be there for you during your hard times and everything.
There are so many people who I think credit goes to them. Without them, won't be possible because there are so many good people that came and they believe in me. They believe in my goals and believe in my ideas, and they have supported me very well. So that's how I think it's not only because of me, it's because of them also. The credit goes to them, my bookers, my managers, my choreographers, my designers who have believed in me and give me a chance, and probably I hope I stand out very well for them. So that things happens now.
You are where you are, right? So
exactly.
You've been representing a lot of brands. You've been working for a lot of brands. You've been wearing a lot of brands, right?
Yeah.
So what is it like to be, Zander Lama and adoring all these different brands and getting associated with all these different brands? Is it a responsibility that you need to take on, or is it just work?
No, I think this is a huge responsibility because being a model, we are the first one who's wearing that sample piece. We are the first guy who's wearing that collections, and then that collection goes to the audience. We are the first person who's making the trend, and the rest audience are following that trend, even celebrities after it. And personally, I don't think, I'm not sure about the other models that might be they're thinking that way also, because for me, it's this is my job. Firstly, every brand have a different aesthetic, fabrics, styles, and ideology. For being a model, for you to understand it, if you're going, probably you book for some work, and if you in some projects, so might be you have to think in that way that what brand is ideology is, and we have to work in that way. I know because they do so much of hard work. I think thousands of people are working. They invest so much of money. They make a lot of invest in shows and everything. So we are the first one who have to take that kind of responsibility because they are working every day for you. You're the first one because as a model, I would say we have that privilege to be the first one. So the whole entire thing is lie born on model.
Almost like a trendsetter.
Exactly. And we are actually a sellers. We sell things. We are brands, and
Someone said, I think I heard someone like models are like the walking hangers. Is it a good term or is it a bad term? Is it
I totally not agree with this because if model would be hanger, then why they need a models? They should shoot in dummies. I totally not agree with this because we make clothes looks more better. We generate that belief in audience that okay, he's looking very nice.
Yeah, it's likable.
And
it's
he
human.
can carry it very well.
I can actually wear it.
Exactly. He's carrying very well. He's looking very nice, and that I really want this kind of garment. But if dummy is wearing, it's just a garment. He can't create any magic on it. So, but we can.
So about magic, you've been working for so long, and you've won yourself an award, which is very prestigious, which is pretty much of a benchmark for the Nepalese also. That yes, Nepalese can do it in that in the competition or in the competitive market that you're in. I want to know more about the award that you won.
So award is like it took 7 years to get this award. Constantly working and focus because I've done sacrifices for my career. I've in Nepal, my family keep posting me, get married, get settled down, and try to do other things also. And you are totally focusing in it. I usually might be most of the time skip celebrations, not attending any weddings, and so it's the award. It's not about what I'm doing. I think it's about what I've sacrificed, and I have sacrificed 1,000 things. Now I get one achievement.
So that's pretty much of you know. Does it make it fair, or does it level it up for the sacrifices you've made? Do you think it's fair?
I think failures and sacrifice is one of the part of the life. I don't think in that way. I don't think about it's fair or not. My thing is like I've set a goal for myself, and I'm going to achieve it one by one. I know there are so many problems are going to be there during that process, but success, I don't probably think about success. I probably excite about the journey, and because the journey have taught you a lot about things, and most of the time I've enjoyed the journey so much more than success, because I know I have done things, I have been there, and I can share it to younger generations who gonna ask me, because I was there. I have faces the failures, most of the success. And I think that's one of the more journeys, one of the part where I enjoy a lot. The process, I like.
So byproduct, success and failures are the byproduct.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's. So I mean, this working in a very pressurized situation.
Yeah.
And having to travel everywhere.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel lonely sometimes? Because you're on your own, yeah.
Most of the time, what usually happen, like it does. We are solo travelers usually, and most of the time we are far away from our families. We having issues for the timings, but that's our job, I think. But we have a lot of things. I think traveling. I think one of the best thing I've learned about to meeting new peoples with the new places, and I'm able to manage my schedule by myself. I have specifically my strict timings about my gymming time, my eating time, my workout time, my sleep time. I have certain hobbies which I usually do during that time. So I think you sacrifice one of the things that you have to, if you really want to achieve something, if you have some drive in your thing, so
that's
might be part of the process, I think I would say.
On that note, we are taking a short commercial break. We'll be right back on ChiyaGuff. This is me, Jay Pradhan. With me is the model, yes, Zander Lama. See you after this break. Yes, Chiya Guff, and in conversation with Zander Lama, I'm Jay Pradhan, and this is Prime Times SG, and here we go with Zander Lama once again. So, Zander, see, I'm pretty sure you're getting into a bigger picture as well, not just sticking yourself to modeling, right?
Absolutely.
So what are you venturing into now?
Many things, I think. Probably now I'm going to endorse few brands. I'm going to be brand ambassador because I've been the faces of few brands in India, and luckily I've thought like I've got an offer from the different magazine. If you're okay to be a face of our brand as a brand ambassador, and along with that side acting, which is one of the things I'm preparing for it right now, and there are some processes are going on for it for a bigger picture, and along with this side, I've started my production house, and which is in India, and we probably make a lot of designer shoots because after being in that industry, so I think it's better I've chosen to work in that industry. So there are certain things which are coming, and that's already in process, and we'll see how long it'll go.
Well, speaking of acting, because we have a certain kind of look. You representing the Nepali community, you have a certain kind of look, and the way I've seen the kind of look that you have, and which actually gets represented in the screen, in the 70mm screen, is basically for a stereotypical role.
Exactly.
It just narrows things down. So what do you have to say on that? Because I see, I saw a movie of Shah Rukh Khan in Chak De India, and people were put in a certain bracket.
Exactly.
Right? And also in Mary Kom, it was something like that. So what do you have to say on that?
I definitely am facing these things. I've recently got a few offers from the movies, but as you said, like I'm getting that stereotype roles, and which I don't want. as an artist, I think we have that ability to create anything and probably right now I'm just rejecting all this thing because I really want to change this stereotypical things in the television industry, which I've already done in my modeling industry. That okay, model as a Nepali model also can be a model in India. So the same thing which diversity I want to change in India, but it'll gonna take time because why is like the world has become very fast. We are living in 2021 in India, according to India. And there are so much hectic schedule and people are not have that kind of time to think about, okay, we should give him something else. But yeah, it's in our hand that most of the youngsters might be because of establishment, their names and for opportunity might be, they will say yes. But I think somehow we are giving approval to stick in that stereotypical role. Firstly, it's absolutely okay to say no. But might be I'm not sure about what problems the other peoples are going through financially or by their career wises. But for me, probably I really want to change that shift, and I'm working on it. And as soon I will get it probably, and I wish to in this.
So saying no is something people have written books on what like saying no is, right? Exactly. How to say no, why to say no, you know. But you've really gone out there and said no to projects that's been coming your way because it was stereotypical and you've stood for what you stand for. So does it make you feel insecure that, you know, in the future, if I keep on saying no, probably, you know, the roles or the offers that's coming my way is going to stop? Does that bother you?
No, I think it's absolutely not bother me. I believe in that saying no to them must be something better is waiting for me. And if I say yes to these things, probably I'll affect my brand value. Because I have a certain image and reputation in my modeling industry. The people have respected me a lot, and I'm one of the leading guy in the industry. Yeah. If I say yes to these stereotypical things, might be I'm already destroying my brand value.
For what you've worked for all these years.
Exactly. Not even like I'm not a TikTok guy. I can't make a TikTok thing because this is I have to go down, not up. So even like I can't make funny things. I probably believe into putting my work thing because we are classic gentlemen and we have to maintain that kind of stability from us. And people ask me a lot of the time, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's not my thing, bro. It's absolutely not my thing. I'm not the guy for this. Probably if I'm gonna make it, I'll sing, I'll probably act. I'm along with a businessman as well. So I have to maintain that kind of my brand value and my signature style, which I usually carry it. So I think I'm absolutely okay with this.
Would you be considered being termed as a trendsetter or as a rebel who actually does not, you know, who actually defies trends?
I never believing to following trends. I always buck the trends. I've always, most of the people are going north, I am the guy who's probably walking on the south. So there's certain things I've invented myself in India. There was a guy, like there's a time when model not used to well dressed in India. And I've thought, why not? Why not models are? Because as a model, we are the brand face. We are like a resume for ourselves. How the brand is going to sign up if we don't present ourselves very well. So I thought in that way, and then I've started getting dressed. I know I've invested some amount from my pocket, which is absolutely because I'm investing for myself only. I need to that shift things happens because there was a time when I used to see models are coming in shorts and shows and wearing sneakers and chappals, and I was like, this is not good. I don't think I'm not fitting into that kind of criteria. And I thought, like, let's change this. Firstly, I'll change myself. Then if someone get inspired with this, probably they'll follow me. and maybe might be some people are going to be jealous and they start getting dressed. Anyway, my purpose is going to be resolved in that scenario, which I really wanted, and that's how things happens. And then I used to wear a lot of jewelries, and I became the guy who wear a lot of jewelries in there, and earrings, and the sunglasses. I used to wear a lot of sunglasses.
I saw two of those.
So that actually sunglasses, not intentionally, that's actually is necessity. I used to, in 2017, I was traveling a lot to different places, and I had a sinus issues. So there was a time that there is a over glasses trend going on, so, which I can't wear. But most of the time we have to shoot outdoor and we facing the sun. Maybe sometime we are facing the dust. So we have to wear it. So I figured it out that what is the conclusion is going to be like that to how to resolve this thing. And I found out the tiny glasses. And I started wearing it, and I didn't know that when it's become a trend.
So, Zander, like there are things like, you know, people who come into the modeling industry, they've got certain ambitions, they've got certain kind of, you know, stature to reach to, right? So when you started up, is it pretty much evident that, you know, going or taking certain way will lead you to a certain path? Is there a discipline, or is there, you know, a certain kind of formula to reach where you are?
It's completely about the discipline, completely about drive into your ambition. As you know, I took 7 years to get this award. 7 long years. I have disciplined myself, sacrificed myself, not doing other things. I'm not a party person. I say no to the parties, never showing at the clubs. In my younger age, when I'm desperately from inside, I have to, because this is my age. And never, because of my goal, I never get a chance to enjoy my younger life.
Does that kill you? Does that kill a part of
you? I have to kill it.
You have to kill it.
So I have sacrificed in that ways. And discipline, I think one of the thing which is absolutely help you to reach where you want. And it actually does work, because I've applied in my life.
All right. So on that note, we're taking the second break, and we'll be right back only on ChiyaGuff with me, Zander Lama. And well, something we know, discipline is the key, and that's what he supports. Back at the game called ChiyaGuff. Yes, not playing any games, but having some good tea and talking to the model, Zander Lama. Zander, you tell me that, you know, what does the future hold for modeling? Like, what are the biggest challenges that people or yourself, who's been into the industry for such a long time now, will have to face?
I think what usually most of the guys have patience, I think, patience, because modeling is like everyday hustle. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's a 24-hour job. And you have to constantly travel all the way around in the world. Sometimes we having a short sleep. Sometimes we don't want to work. We don't have energy, or sometimes we go with a lot of manipulations. And sometimes the brands we want to work, we're not getting that chance. And sometimes we want to attend Dasai. I recently say, like, my whole family was forcing me to come for Dasai, and I was like, I was shooting at the desert in Jaipur. I was like, happy Dasai. so that things like staying away from the family, which is one of the emotional thing for me. And I know that this thing is part of my life which is missing, not enjoying them. But at the same time, we have to convince ourselves, okay, this is life, and we are doing something for good, I think. You just have to give your hard work, you'll get things for sure. And I always say that every time with myself, every day is a fashion show, and the world is your own way.
Wow. That's nice. Now, let me come to the fact of the most debated and the most discussed topic in the Indian film and the modeling and the glamour industry is pretty much at the, you know, at the realm of it, on the outer side of it. About nepotism, right? So, did you happen to face those factors while you work or not?
Most of the time, I would say not, because I think there is a two sides of it. Because anyway, if I have some company, probably I'll hand over to my son, which is one of the things happening from not. We didn't make that. The older us made that. But we definitely want to work with those people who are creative minds.
Yeah, definitely.
So the world is now diversity is things are going on, and but sometime usually happens that there are personal preferences also going to be there, which is also a fact. And but sometime hard work will beat the talents. So I'm doing that for last 7 years. Usually, it's up to you how you're going to present yourself. If you have that kind of charm, if you have that kind of presence, if you know the brands, if you can show yourself that you can sell the brand, you can. You have that personality that could be a face of your brand. So that charm is always going to be there, and the company, every brands need that. That okay, we are finalizing this model. Is this model is going to be suitable for our brand? And then it's up to you how you're going to show up, how you're going to present yourself. And then things can change.
Yeah. Take me through this process. Like brands telling, is this model good for us? Or is it also supposed to be like the models saying, is this brand good for me?
It does.
It
does. Personally, in my scenario, usually what happened, like if brand is thinking like, should we take this model or not? At the same time, I thinking that should I take this brand or not? Because probably the certain brands I want to work with, certain brands value I want to work with, and I usually read the whole brand history before working with them. What the concept they are making it, what mood board they are usually following, what aesthetic and what culture they want to show it. So having that kind of information is very most important for me, and I usually handpick. Sometimes I say no, sometimes I say yes, sometimes might be, it doesn't matter the brand don't have much of money, because there are few brands, startup brands, I personally really like their aesthetic and their ideas, but sometimes it's a startup brand, sometimes they don't have that kind of money, and which is absolutely okay, which has happened everywhere. Like in acting also, maybe we got some good script, but the budget is not so nice, but it's that work is going to be in your history, that you are the faces of that brand. So I've that fortunate that got chance to working with those brands. So working with Levi's and Royal Enfield at the same time. As one of the example that this is one of the first and last collaboration happened with Levi's with Royal Enfield. They have made a capsule collection. So I've read the brand, like how many times they have worked. They found out they have worked first. They're going to work first time, and it's going to be a last time. I'm not sure when they're going to be next. So, and I've read the history what they're going to make from the collections. So they are making a biker collection for the riders, for who likes the denims a lot, who are solo travelers. They usually travel all the way, and they do solo traveling with the groups, with their team. So this initiative, I really want to be part of it, and fortunately, I've got the chance, and they're finalizing. We had the contract, and I know I'm shooting at lockdown 1, and everything has got shut. We got somehow my team have managed to find out the shoot approval, and we are shooting every day.
Every day, no matter what.
No matter what, we are shooting it. We are taking a lot of precautions, and so something you have to risk. So, which is one of the important things which I want. It's a worth. It's absolutely worth.
So, wow.
And at the same time, I think I'm the first and last male model right now in Nepal, from Nepal, who's worked with both brands at the same time. It's going to be a milestone for me.
You are one of those marketing tools, right? Through which the brands market themselves. You're one of the marketing tools. I mean, like, you know, you wear their stuff, you promote them. You're one of the marketing tools. But how do you market yourself so that you can reach out to the brands, you have enough offers, and also the offers that you can actually choose from?
Yeah.
Because you're actually being selective and you're choosing the brands or the projects that you're working in. So what gives you that edge in marketing yourself so that you can have the option to say yes or no? You have that leverage.
So I think it's all about your performance. Performance comes first. I usually started my career as a runway model, and that things that drive me very well. That okay, there are certain, I would say, there is a certain level in the market, and I'm going to take that. There are first position. I was always thinking positive things, always myself, that there is a one slot in the top, and I'm going to take it as a runway model. So after completing that everyday performance, scheduling myself, having a professional behavior with everyone, and giving them that kind of performance, then brands start believing you. That okay, he's one of the reputed guy who constantly do interviews, who constantly show up himself as a professional person, and he work with the brand not as a model. He's working with the brand as a staff, understanding everything, how I'm going to sell this brand, because it's mean to me a lot. It's just a homework for me to. I personally enjoy a lot. I wear the brand, and probably I follow the what fabric I'm wearing it, how I'm going to wear it, how differently I can wear it, what things I'm going to change if I'm walking as a runway model, what elements, what style I'm going to carry it, what kind of walk I'm going to carry it, is one of the things which is I personally do my homework in it. And now brands have seen that. So they're believing me, and we have a team who actually manage me very well, because I'm at the same time can be an artist or a businessman. So when I'm thinking about as an artist, I have to stop that business mind, and for that probably we have managers who are supporting us, and they are organizing everything, every shoots that, and giving me the options which project you would like to work on it. And if you see by yourself, you can take your time and let us know. So we'll contact to them according to that in that way. I think, but I think sometimes brand also need to understand it, because I personally believe that I'm using the industry instead of industry use you. And I always believe in that. And they use the models, they use other people's, and sometimes for their benefits. And so being a successful model, I would say, firstly, and a vision, if you want to achieve it, what do you want to achieve in modeling industry or any kind of industry. So that having that control is very important. So in the day one, I want that kind of control, that what project I want to work with, how I want to work with, which team I want to work with, where location we're going to finalize it. So that control is one of the major elements for my working process.
All right. So Zander, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
On your future days. It looks promising, and tell you what, the things that you've done has only made you stronger, and I can see that confidence in you. I can see that the tone and the body language in you that tells, yes, I know what I want, and I will achieve what I want. I wish you all the best, brother.
I wish you all the best. And also, I really want to do something for my community and for my country as well. So probably in future, very soon, I'm going to organize a fashion event in Nepal, in Kathmandu, to boost the fashion industry in Nepal. And I hope the best. The process is still on progress.
Okay.
And I hope I will serve to my country and give new brand opportunities and new platform for the youngest lot. The reason I came here, and thank you so much for you.
The pleasure is all mine,
me here.
brother.
And the reason I'm going to be here, that if I can made it, you also can made it. And will always find a way. So you just have to deter your mind and nothing is impossible. I think I have made that. I have been that journey, and for I think all the inspirations, I would say, in youngest lot. I wish you all the best. Don't fear with this. Don't nervous on this. That how you're gonna do it. When you start putting your first step, things always going to be there.
Alright, on that note, that was Zander Lama, only on PrimeHD, Chiya Guff it is. And tell you what, people, yes, amazing things coming up for fashion industry. And this is Pradhan signing off with Zander Lama. And as all those people, let that heart beat. For if you let it beat, it'll take you to all the wonderful places. Ciao.
This program is powered by
उच्च सोचको निर्माण सगरमाथा सिमेन्ट जुनी जुनीलाई